I bet this has happened to you. You text her and suddenly you're glued to your phone waiting for her to reply back. And the longer she doesn't reply, the more anxious you become. But look, man, there's a way to flip the script and make her be the one checking her phone all the time and waiting for your reply. And no, it's not just about ignoring her. That's what everybody else says to do, but they forget that high-value women have options. And they'll move on to somebody else who's not ignoring them, because that's only part of the bigger picture. So make sure to watch into the end to learn my 3-step system to get her to be the one chasing you. And I'll go over exactly what goes through her mind when she senses this change in you and how you can use that and leverage that to your advantage. Step number 1 is to make a move. You are the man, so it's your job to initiate, lead, and make moves. That means when you see a beautiful woman, you need to be the one who approaches her. She's not going to approach you most of the time. And then you need to lead the interaction and be the one who goes for the phone number, which means you need to be the one who texts her first. And you need to be the one who asks her on a date. And during the date, you need to lead from venue to venue, eventually back to your place if that's where you want to go. You also need to lead physically and make the move and kiss her, initiate sex, etc. Again, you're the man. It's your job to lead and initiate. None of this works if you don't make moves. By the way, before we get to step number 2, so many guys struggle with making the move properly and they lose the girl when trying to make the move. So I'm going to help you make the move properly by giving you 3 of my dating courses for free, plus weekly coaching calls and a community of awesome guys just like yourself, and help you find wingmen in your area. So make sure to keep watching. Step number 2 is you need to pull away, and you need to do this at every phase in dating. And I'll give you examples for each of the phases in just a second. That means when you approach her, when you go for her number, texting, on the date, making moves, even going back to your place and initiating sex. Because you don't want to be the guy that's just full on, 100% sold on her, overly invested and interested in her. You want to be the kind of man who has standards, who knows what he wants and is looking for somebody beyond just her looks. So the mindset should be that you're just not sure of her yet at really every stage of dating. In fact, until she's your wife, you shouldn't really be 100% sold on her. And you definitely need to have standards other than her looks. So what are the non-physical standards, qualities, and attributes that you're looking for in a woman? Maybe you've never really thought about it. You just want a hot girl, but you need to be looking beneath that, because she can absolutely tell if you're a thirsty guy who just wants to get laid, or if you're a high status, high value man who has some standards. So look, I don't want you to think of this as a technique, because it's really not. It's your mindset. You're a busy guy, you're on your path and purpose, and you want to find a woman, a high status, high value woman who supports that path and purpose. You don't have time and attention for just any woman that will have you, because you know your worth. You know that you are the fucking man. And trust me, she will be able to tell whether you have high self-worth or not, or you're just faking it. You're just pulling away as some sort of technique. She will be able to tell. Women are intuitive. It's a safety mechanism that has evolved over millions of years. So then the question is, how do you do this? And I'll give you some examples. So for example, when you first approach a woman, you're going to be the one going up to her. Be honest. Just tell her that you think she's gorgeous, because 10 out of 10 times, that's the reason you're approaching her. Let's be honest. It's not because of her handbag or something she's doing. It's because she's freaking hot. So just be honest and tell her. Be direct. Remember, make your move. Show your interest. Women actually like that and appreciate that. But if you keep doing that, it pushes her away. If you're just like, I like you, I like you, I like you, she's not going to be interested anymore. There's no mystery, and it seems like you're overly eager, and it seems like you have no options, like you're a fucking loser, and no woman wants you. So that's where you need to pull away. You shouldn't be sold on her yet. Remember I said that. So you should take a step back and think of, what do you want to know about her? What is your standards for getting her phone number and going on a date with her? You don't need to go through a list of standards, but like, what is one thing you would like to know about her? What are you curious about? For example, a lot of times I say, well, listen, I don't know anything about you. I'm kind of in a hurry. Sometimes I'll even say I'm kind of picky about who I hang out with. It might sound like a dick thing to say, but it's true. I'm very picky about who I hang out with. So I'll say, tell me one cool thing about you. Like, what turns you on in life? Or what are you passionate about? Because personally, I'm really curious about what a woman is passionate about. What does she spend most of her time doing? And then a lot of times, even when I get her phone number, more in a cheeky way, I'll pull away. I'll literally like hand her my phone, and then I'll pull it away and say, wait a second, you're not crazy, are you? And that's pulling away in a more silly, playful, flirty way, which you should be doing as well. It shouldn't always be serious, like, oh, well, I don't know if I can date you yet. Don't be Mr. Serious. Have fun with this. Flirting is all about showing interest and then subtly taking it away. Showing interest and then making her a little uncertain of that interest. Do you really like her or not? Because remember, that's the mentality. You're not sure if you really like her. As the time spent together moves on, you should hopefully like her more and more, and she's winning you over more and more. Especially in the beginning, you're not sure. Don't be sold by her looks alone. So then when it comes to texting, just simply don't text her all day long. Yes, send the first text, let her reply. If she doesn't reply, don't chase. Wait at least 3 days, if not more. I usually wait a week, and then I try again, because sometimes women just forget to text back. Sometimes they come up with the text in their mind and they think they hit send, or they think they wrote it out and hit send, but they didn't. So the dating coaches out there that say, oh, if she doesn't text you back, just ignore her, that is horrible advice. If I did that, I probably wouldn't have gone on 50% of the dates that I've gone on. Probably more than that. It's probably closer to 80 or 90%, because women will almost always not text you back at some point. It's either because they literally just forgot, and I've seen girls not text their mother back. I've had my girlfriends, female friends, not text their best friend back for weeks. They just forget. Most of their lives are chaotic, and there's tons of distractions. So you should try again. Or the other reason is it could be a test. She doesn't think you're that into her, and she wants to see. She wants to test you to see if you're going to give up easily. Because guess what? She probably has a lot of other options. She doesn't need you yet. So if you don't text her back, it's no skin off her back. She'll go meet somebody else in 5 seconds. This is why you're probably seeing a pattern here. It's a balance. It's a dichotomy. You show interest, but you can't overdo it. You're going to push her away. But if you don't show any interest, you're also not going to get her. It really is a balancing act. So on the date, same kind of thing. You need to ask her out, make the move, show her that you're interested in her. But don't be all up her ass on the date. Poke fun of her a little bit, tease her. Maybe you say things like, oh, this is never going to work out between us. But 5 minutes later, you're kissing her. It's just that fun, flirty back and forth. Also, when you go for the kiss, this is a great time to pull away. Be the one, obviously you're going to usually kiss her first. It's very rare that I've had girls kiss me first. I wish they would, but most of the time they don't. So when you make the move and she reciprocates and you guys are making out, pull away first and say, no, that's all you get. No more. You're so bad. And then you could just go in again and kiss her. But that's going to drive her wild. That's going to make her want you. And you can even do the same thing when you bring her back to your place. I often say when I bring a girl into my condo, I'll say, okay, we got to be good though. Try to keep your hands above my waist. Or you can come in for a little bit, but we can't hook up, okay? We can't go all the way. We can make out, but that's it. I'll be like, pinky swear, we're not going to have sex, okay? And most of the time, of course, we end up breaking that pinky promise. It's so sad.
Okay, let's make a rule. No sex tonight. Promise. Okay. Can you behave?
If he had pinky promised me that we weren't going to have sex, then I would then make it a point to actually attempt to have sex with him to break that pinky promise and kind of test him out.
So always pinky promise. That's going to be my opener. I'm going to be like, hey, real quick, no sex tonight, right? Pinky promise? That's my new opener.
And then step number 3 is just repeat the process. You show interest, you pull away. You show interest, you pull away. It's fun, it's flirty. Yes, at times it's serious. You're really trying to see, is she somebody you want to take things further with? And other times it's just playful, it's silly. Just get in the habit of doing this, because women love both. Women love when you show interest, they love when you make moves on them, but they also love when you take it away and you're a challenge. Be the gift of being a challenge. A woman wants a man that she has to win over, not a man who's immediately won over just because she's hot. And that's really the secret and the key to date really hot women. By the way, man, I want to personally help you and coach you and mentor you. And I'm going to give you a 2-week trial to be coached by me and my entire team to help you let go of all your insecurities, limiting beliefs, baggage, sexual shame, etc. All the things that are holding you back from becoming your best, most confident, attractive self so that you can ultimately meet and attract your dream woman. So take advantage of this 2-week trial because spots are limited. We only have so much room to hold everybody. So just click the link at the bottom of the screen or in the description and I'll see you inside the mentorship program and I'll personally help you with your challenges on one of the weekly coaching calls. So I'll see you soon.